I am not on social media, but I get friends who send me messages. I read the letter, but this letter was not addressed to the IGG. I think that's a mistake many people are making. This letter is a letter of the British High Commissioner. Because the president says, listen to me, that I met the British High Commissioner and she complained. Or she notified me about this. To make the British High Commissioner believe that the president is doing something, you write a letter. Then you will not complain that we told him and he did nothing. And I think that was the intention of the letter. Nothing else. Oscar,
you have started so diplomatically,
no.
so nicely, you conclude like Agatha.
No. Do you believe that if Museveni wants information about my property, that he's going to ask the IGG? Do you in your mind that if the president wants to know how much I have, that he will now write to the river unit of Kasule, go and find for me this, he will have it in a second if he wants. So therefore, in this letter, there is nothing that Museveni wants, but he values the relationship with the British, and therefore I have acted. Didn't you see me? I even wrote.
Okay.
I know stories I have told you privately that I cannot say here, dealing with World Bank and other institutions. So he says something. I remember one time, I don't know who was visiting. I was still in the media active. So journalists started asking questions. And then Museveni replied in Uganda, So after the guests had gone away, they were jointly addressing a press conference. Then he came back in English. You guys, when I have a visit, you can't ask those things. But during the meeting, he was in Uganda. So this time, the letter is a letter.
Traders, he went to Uganda.
Yeah, is a letter of the British High Commission.
He wrote to the Minister of Foreign Affairs. But
whoever, I mean, it's not a letter to J.J. Odong. The content is for someone else.
I was hoping that Abdul Katuntu will have final word, but he has now already worked his face into some kind of anger. So, Abdul, finally, on this letter, and what will happen?
First of all, I think we just don't need to discuss general about the letter. Let us look at the contents of that letter. The letter is addressed to the Minister of Foreign Affairs. And the reason why it was addressed to him was that the High Commissioner had made certain allegations. And he was asking the Minister of Foreign Affairs to follow up with the British government to see whether those allegations the High Commissioners had made were correct or not. That is the purpose of the letter. That's why it is addressed to the Minister of Foreign Affairs. It is arising out of a meeting the High Commissioner had with the President and the allegation which she made. And the President saying, please, these allegations have been made. Can you now work with the British government and tell us what is true or not? But he also goes ahead in that letter to say, when the High Commissioner made these allegations, there were some responses he made to her where he thinks there is a problem or where there could be no problem. Then he goes ahead and says, by the way, where he thinks there could be a problem if there are properties which you have but you didn't declare, because that offends the leadership code. And that's the issue he raises with the IGG and the minister in charge of integrity. So it's not correct to start discussing in general, blah, blah, blah. We look at the substance.
Abdul,
yes.
If you read the final paragraph that I've put for you on screen,
yes,
you could even just take 2 sentences of it.
No, I've read this letter.
It says, meanwhile, by copies of this letter, I request the IGG to inform me.
Yes, he's asking, and what is the information? You go again to the paragraph preceding, whether the declaration we make as leaders, we make them to the IGG, and whether those sort of properties exist or not. And to me, there is nothing wrong with the letter. It is saying these allegations have been made. IGG, inform me. 2, the Minister of Foreign Affairs follow up with the British government so that you get evidence about what she had alleged.
Did we say there was anything wrong with the letter? We said, and you were telling us about the contents. You missed one that is referred to the Attorney General.
Yes, he actually even asked the Attorney General whether it is correct to take any action or investigate a matter which is already in court, and the courts have not found. Yes, okay. And he needed the advice from his principal legal advisor, who is the Attorney General.
So let us wait for the information. The show is ending. In fact, we are gone beyond time. Thank you so much, gangsters of the day, Dr.